Alright guys, we picked up this L7S for a good price, and when we got it, of course, it's missing the piece that goes around here, and I don't think you can even order that piece. If you can, it's going to be ridiculous. So I only have about $100 in the sub. What I want to do is turn this missing piece into a gained opportunity. Instead of just replacing this piece, I want to go and I want to upgrade. I want to up it to another level. So I'm going to show you what I got in my brain. Now, the first thing I'm going to need to do is get some basic shapes copied so that I can work them into the rest of this operation. I think I'm going to use a pencil for this one because I want to make these lines nice and tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of cardboard here, good old CAD operation, and this particular one right here is actually different than the other three. So we're going to use this one because it has this extra feature right here, and we can always add in this part. Now this piece of cardboard, I was just looking, comes, just so happens to be the right length. It goes right to the edge of the inside on this one, and right to the edge of the inside on this one, so it's the right length by chance. And what I want to do is I want to create this shape on it in the right spot. And what I got in my brain here is lining it up to where this line is lined up with the edge of the cardboard on both sides. And then we want to create that impression over this cardboard. I also want it to be right up against the subwoofer surround, but not touching it. That's important. Okay, now we'll just do a little tap tap, hold it still. I want things to move. See here. Gotta find a way to keep my fingers on this. Now, if we're lucky, yeah, see, we have our shape right here. It's etched in here. So now we have the shape of this whole thing. I got to create this pattern to start with, and that one's a little bit off. So I'll adjust that. Is 15 5/8 from outside edge to outside edge. 15 5/8. Let's think about something real quick. So using a scope saw to make cuts, you want to cut from the, if you're cutting, you want the finished side that you want pretty, you want it to be on the bottom, so you want to cut against the bad, because the skill saw, the way the blade cuts, the teeth come up and push, and if your pretty side is up when you're making the cut, you're going to wind up with tear out. So just keep that in mind. You want the pretty side down, elsewise you're going to be doing a whole lot of sanding, which I'm going to be doing a whole lot of sanding anyway. But let's draw this up on the back side to prevent things from getting any worse. Then we're going to take measurements from here. Since the end of this is round, I'm going to use this little square to get this measurement. And since I only have a quarters here, we're going to have to kind of ballpark it. But we have a pattern, so gotta make sure that I'm sitting on the edge. And I'd already guessed it looks like it's pretty much 5 1/4. So we're going to call it 5 1/4, and then 5 1/4, and then it's like 10 3/8. So we'll make those marks. And hooking this over the edge like we did, which is here, right on that line. Let me get that straight. Then we'll come down here and mark 5 1/4 and 10 3/8, which again, it's, you know, kind of a guesstimation. And even the angle can be found using the same technique we just used, at least mostly. So we'll go ahead and measure down the edge again, and we measure to where we're getting to here. So it's not quite 6, so we'll call it 5 7/8, and then down here we're at 9 3/4. Now we'll mark those two. And yeah, I know, I told you guys to use one tape measure for everything. And then I started using this thing, which only has 1/4 inch marks. But you work with what you got. Alright, we need this measurement from here to here. And it's a 1/2 inch to the flat. Now the ribs take out a little bit of extra, so we're going to probably make this 3/8. But I'm going to cut it at 1/2 inch, and then we'll probably sand it down to 3/8. That way we can account for some of this stuff. So the whole thing is going to be a little tight, and then we're going to sand it where we need to sand it to make it fit. All right, we've got that shape roughed in, but we know that speaker is not truly square. It has round corners. But I figured out that that is about the same radius as those corners. And in case you're, see, it's pretty close. So then we need to just take it and line it up on our inside lines, and we should have the correct radius right there. But we want to make sure again that we leave enough room for the thickness of our pencils when we're doing it. So we'll step in just a little bit, leave a little bit of space there, that way our pencil line hooks up with that line. So then we end up with this shape, which is the basic cutout for the sub, and the first section over to the part that's broken, and then the broken part, which we've got one part of it done, but we need to finish those little parts all the way around to match up to everything. Now on the outside here, you'll notice this radius is one radius, this one is tighter, so we need to find something to match this. But I'm not studying on making it perfect, because I can always sand this off to match the radius, or you could use a router or whatever you want to get that outside edge right. Now Shopcat has decided that this is home. He likes it here. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Eating some food? Good boy. He's very sweet. Alright, so is it perfect? No. But I gotta do some corrections. A little bit of trimming. This is not perfect. It's gonna hang over. We gotta cut this, we gotta do some stuff there. This one looks really damn close, but it's a little bit short. We need to cut that one out a little more. This one, same thing. It's right on the money down here. We need to do a little trimming over here. This one is overhanging over here and overhanging over there. So I need to go around and mark stuff and then do some trimming. But the overall circle is pretty damn close. With a little bit of work, we're gonna make this looking good. So what I did was I built a jig that will allow me to sand down and get these level and allow for relief as I go around and drop this in here and get this all lined up. Let's get going. So after trying this on, okay, we see we got fitment here, some fitment there, pretty much. It's fitting over there. We're hitting something right there. I don't know what we're hitting. Anyway, it's fitting there. And it's almost fitting over here. So I just added a little mark right there, and I'm gonna sand on that. And we'll be closer. We just got to keep stabbing it until it's dead. All right, I still got to do more sanding around the corners. And I created a little sanding block for hand sanding with the shape that I want. So I'm doing that with that. But, and the tabs don't fit perfectly. That one's pretty close. That one's got a little wonky bit in it. That one's not perfect. That one's not perfect, but I have a plan. I have a plan. So you guys know, there is a plan in place. We're gonna make this kicker kick again. All right, guys, after a lot of work, I'll show you. So we have it off. And I'm doing this with one hand. Into place. We have something that resembles a reel or a ring. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. All with this junk. All right, we're getting closer. So I got the corners cut off, and then I got them sanded where they match the contours of the driver, and just a little bit more sanding, and she'll be ready for some treatment. So I'm already thinking about leaving it wood, but comments would be good, guys. So comment. We're doing really cool creative stuff with the kicker, so comments are good. Do comments. Come on, guys, load it up. I want to see like 1,000 comments.